Welcome back to our YouTube channel. So for today's video, we're going to talk about the Subject-Verb Agreement, which is very useful in your upcoming civil service examination. First, what is a Subject-Verb Agreement? So kapag sinabi po kasi nating Subject-Verb Agreement, it means that a subject and its verb must agree with each other. A singular subject must take a singular verb, while a plural subject must take a plural verb. Just stay tuned kasi magbibigay tayo ng mga examples with detailed explanations. The verb of a sentence must agree with the simple subject of the sentence in number and person. So kapag sinabi po nating number, this refers to whether a word is singular. Let's say for example, child, baby, chair, door, and among others. Or it could be plural, like children, babies, chairs, doors, and etc. So kapag sinabi naman po nating person, it refers to whether a word denotes a speaker like I, we, you, he, she, it, they. So that's only a short review. And now let's proceed with the Subject-Verb Agreement rules. Rule number 1. A singular subject noun takes an S form of the verb. So for example, the lady walks towards the grocery store. The subject of the sentence is lady. Since lady is a singular noun, so we must take a singular form of the verb as well. So the singular form of the verb walk is walks. So it is grammatically incorrect if we will say the lady walk. It should be the lady walks. So always remember that verb with S is only for singular form of the noun. So rule number 2, we have a plural subject noun must take a base form of the verb. So for example, the victims ran to the police station. As what you can see, the subject of the sentence is in plural form. So we must take the base form of the verb, which is run, not runs. Ginagamit lamang po yung mga verb na may S sa mga singular subjects, not on plural subjects. Next rule, we have the subject pronouns he, she, and it must take the S form of the verb. Example, she eats a lot during breakfast. Another one, it takes a lot of time. And lastly, we have he drives the car recklessly. Very easy to remember, no? So if we have subject pronouns he, she, and it, just take the S form of the verb. Do not use the base form of the verb. So next rule, we have the subject pronouns I, you, we, and they must take the base form of the verb. For example, they eat my favorite food. So it is grammatically incorrect to say that they eats my favorite food. Another example, we have we jump from here to there. So third example, we have you know I love chicken nuggets. So it is grammatically incorrect to say we jumps and you knows. Next rule, we have singular indefinite pronouns must take an S form of the verb. When we say indefinite pronoun, it is a pronoun that does not refer to any person, amount, or thing in particular. Some of the common indefinite pronouns are the following. It only means that when you encounter these pronouns as a subject in the sentence, you have to take the S form of the verb. So let's try to look at this example para mas lalo nating maintindihan. Everybody wants to attend the birthday party. So sa nakikita nyo, we use wants, hindi po tayo gumamit ng want. So dapat S-form po, hindi yung base form ng verb ang gagamitin kapag naka-encounter tayo ng mga indefinite pronouns as a subject in the sentence. So another example, everyone is ready for the graduation. So meaning it is grammatically incorrect to say everyone are ready, but it should be everyone is ready. Since the word everyone is a pronoun that describes a group of people, but grammatically it is a singular. That is why we use the singular of the be verb is. So next rule we have plural indefinite pronouns must take the base form of the verb. And these are the following plural indefinite pronouns, and if you encounter this as a subject in the sentence, you must take the base form of the verb. So for example, only a few keep lions as pets. So as what you can see, meron tayong plural indefinite pronoun sa ating sentence. That is why we take the base form of the verb, keep. Hindi tayo gumamit ng keeps. Bakit plural verb o yung base form ng verb ang gamit natin dito? Since ito po ay mga plural indefinite pronouns. So, ang rule po dito is kapag mayroon tayong plural subject, dapat plural din yung verb. At kapag mayroon tayong singular subject, we should add singular verb as well. Next rule, we have rule number 7. Subjects joined by the word and must take the base form of the verb. So again, ano nga yung hint? Kapag meron tayong singular subject, dapat yung verb niya is dapat singular din. At yung singular verb ay yung S form. Kumbaga may mga S yung verb. At kapag plural subject naman, plural din yung verb. At kapag plural yung verb, dapat base form. Walang S yung verb dapat. For example, the president and its members write notes to the public. As what you can see, we use the base form of the verb since meron tayong dalawang subject dito which are connected by the word and. Rule number 8. When two subjects are joined by or, nor, either or, neither nor, the verb must agree with the nearer subject kung saan yung pinakamalapit na subject. So for example, neither the students nor the teacher is ready for today's oral defense. Now, we have two subjects in this sentence, students and teacher. But as per the rule, the verb must agree with the nearer subject. Since yung ating nearer subject is singular, so we have to make the verb singular as well. What if we will swap the two subjects? So for example, neither the teacher nor the students are ready for today's oral defense. So this is correct since yung students is the nearer subject which is in plural form. So we have to take plural verb as well. Next, we have rule number 9. Collective nouns are words that imply more than one person but are considered singular and must take a singular verb. So for example, the team meets every week for their activity. The word team is a collective noun, which is considered singular, and that is why we take a singular verb. Another example, we have the committee agrees on the quality of the writing. So the word committee here is a group of persons but are considered singular. That is why we take a singular verb. So we use agrees, not agree. Next, we have rule number 10. If you can find these two phrases at the beginning of a sentence, the subject must always follow the verb. Kasi kung titingnan natin, the word there is not a subject. The verb agrees with what follows the verb. Ang ibig sabihin nito, there is ang gagamitin natin kung ang subject is singular, and there are kung ang subject is plural. So for example, there are students who failed to submit their reports. Next example, we have, there is a jacket inside the cabinet. So I hope this is clear after giving these examples. Now, we have rule number 11. Some countable nouns in English such as earnings, goods, adds, surroundings, proceeds, contents, and valuables have only a plural form. So wala po siyang mga singular form, no? So we must take a plural verb as well. So let's have an example. The surroundings of the cafeteria exceed my expectations. Since ang subject natin is surroundings, which is a countable noun, so we have to take the base form of the verb or yung mga verb na walang S. So next example, we have locally produced goods have the advantage of shorter supply chains. So in the given sentence, we have to use have since the locally produced goods act as a subject which is in plural form. So next we have rule number 12. Non-count nouns must take a singular verb. So when we say non-count nouns or must nouns, ito yung mga nouns na hindi kayang bilangin kagaya ng sand, rice, food, milk, and etc. So for example, the research I found on the topic was limited. As what we can see, the subject of the sentence is research, and the verb here is was. Next example, we have heart attack is the leading cause of death in the country. Since the subject is a non-count noun, that is why we use a singular verb. Next, we have rule number 13. When a phrase comes between the subject and the verb, remember that the verb still agrees with the subject, not the noun or pronoun in the phrase following the subject of the sentence. So, for example, nandito yung subject, tapos after nito sa subject, may phrase dito, tapos nandito yung verb. So, itong verb, mag-a-agree siya dito sa subject, not dito sa noun or pronoun na nandito sa phrase. So, let's say for example, the family, together with the relatives, is planning to have a vacation. Since the subject of the sentence is in singular form, that is why we use a singular verb as well. So, that's it. I hope this rule is clear. Next rule, we have when there is one subject and more than one verb, the verbs throughout the sentence must agree with the subject. So, ibig sabihin nito sa isang sentence, we have one subject and two verbs. Ibig sabihin, yung dalawang verbs na yun must agree with the subject. Pareho dapat silang mag-agree. So, let's say for example, interviews are one way to collect data and allow researchers to gain an in-depth understanding of participants. As what you can see, we have a subject and two verbs. So, these two verbs must agree with the same subject. The verb agrees with the subject. Since our subject here is in plural form, that is why we use the verb are. And at the same time, the verb allow agrees with the subject. Since this is in a base form, which means it is a plural verb. Rule number 15. Subject that indicates an amount of money, time, measurement, title of a book, story, organization, or country. Even when plural in form, dapat singular verb pa rin. Or we should have to take an S form of the verb. Okay, so let's try to look at these examples. So, as what you can see, kahit na may mga S po yung subjects, but still they are considered singular. So, that is why we use singular verb. So, we have to use singular verb, no? As long as pasok siya dito sa rule number 15. And that's all for this video, and I hope na marami kayong natutunan sa video na ito. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video to your friends. And see you next time. Bye for now.